Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends and lore and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Welcome back, Jordan Blaylock. It's been far too long, man.
Been a bit.
Yeah, it's been 2 bits. 2 bits and $1.
Yeah, so you should be primed and ready.
You would think that. But I got to get warm. I got to get warm first.
Oh, yeah, you did come in all
and winter's coming
chilly.
up. No, I got to get warm
on the mic.
Comedically, yeah.
Let me ask you something. Before we went live, you said to Josh about me as if I wasn't in the room. You said, Josh, do you think Wayne gets better with age? And then Josh replied, is he wine or is he milk?
Oh.
Yeah, but then I started thinking about other things. Okay. Most things degrade with age.
Yeah.
Right.
So is wine the only thing? Is it wine and Wayne and then milk and everything else?
I think wine and Wayne gets better with age, but milk and other stuff needs a little sage.
Oh, okay.
That's the phrase that folks said to me.
What was the saying again, since you just said it?
Oh, man.
Wine and Wayne get better with age. Milk and other things need a little sage.
Wow.
Okay, wow, that does sound...
That's patent right there.
Yeah, prophetic.
TM'd, I said it.
Yeah,
so no one can use it.
I don't know if our live streamers can see this. There's a head on the table.
Yes,
and
a human head.
It's not our guests, but it is for our guest.
Yeah, and it's not as spooky as it sounds. It is. This is a reverse engineered Alexa.
Yeah, or Nest or Siri.
Oh,
right,
okay.
Depending on the maker that you like.
Right.
And I was having a problem repeating phrases in my personal life.
Yeah.
And this is just a confession to you guys because I like you guys.
Right.
But my lady, my spouse, she would say I made cornbread and I would taste it and I go, that's so Raven. Right. And she'd be like, will you stop saying that? And I couldn't. I physically couldn't.
Wow. Addictions are a tricky thing.
Yeah. And everything was so Raven at the time. So I programmed this thing to go off. Anytime I said it, it would listen for it. It wouldn't listen for Echo or Alexa or Siri.
It would listen for Raven.
It would listen for me to say, that's so Raven. Right. And then it would chirp. And so since you've been gone a while and you got a nasty mouth on you.
Yeah.
We programmed it just to listen to you.
That's right.
And anytime it doesn't like what it hears, it's going to go off.
Wow, okay.
So you'll just have to retrain yourself and limit your words depending on what it doesn't like.
And a closed mind would think that we're referring to curse language.
Oh, no.
It loves curse language.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And so you really don't know what it is that it's looking for. Now, we have a name for it. It's Hector the lie detector.
Yeah. But it's
Hector
internal
detector.
lies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it detects racism, if it detects unholy thoughts, if it detects any sort of
sexism,
unnatural human behavior, it'll go off.
What about gross stuff like talking about toilets?
It's okay with that.
It's subjective, but it's okay with that.
It's okay with that today.
Yeah, so I think we just roll with the headlines,
or
man.
Math problems. If you say a math problem and the answer's incorrect, it'll know.
Oh, it knows.
Yeah, do a math problem.
All right, 5 plus 4.
There's no answer though.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, it doesn't even know. Oh, wow.
It already knows we can't handle that.
It knows, yeah.
The moment it detects the problem,
it does. This is a math-free zone.
Yeah, it's a math-free zone.
Well,
originally, I went to school with a boy named Hector. He wasn't great at math either.
Well, originally we said meth-free zone.
Meth-free
but
zone.
we misspelled it.
But then it kept going off.
Now there's no addition.
Yeah.
It was in Polk County, so it just knew.
It's great. Yeah, it's wonderful.
And don't worry, we're going to get feet pedals for him because I know him hitting the space bar is
I like that.
You like when he turns and hits it?
No, I like the foot thing.
Oh,
we're going to get something similar for the space bar.
I like
so
that.
the space bar will USB to the foot pedal.
Yeah.
So I can stop and start recording.
Yeah, without breaking eye contact.
Yeah.
Because we know you crave it.
Because I know, and I'm going to be thinking about it so hard that I'm going to be like, you're going to tell
I'm trying to gather a thought, and Wayne's like,
stop. Yeah.
Live stream, how are you? Welcome to 254. This really is Hector the lie detector, and he is ready to go.
I like him.
Yeah,
he's
a good
roaring.
guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I like the pixelated head on him.
Yeah, he's low poly.
Well, and he can't help that.
What's that music video in the 80s that had that? It was there was like an album
Oh, yeah.
cover, and it was more like silver glass pixelated heads.
Oh, the Talking Heads.
Was it the Talking Heads,
Was it
their
the
debut
Talking
album?
Heads?
I believe so.
You
I
think
think
the Talking Heads would use heads?
they were pretty cliche for their day.
Yeah.
All right. Headlines it is, I guess, Jordan.
Let's
you
do
feel
it.
good?
Oh yeah, let's roll.
All
Good.
right.
I didn't bring any, so
Yeah,
thankful
me
that
either.
you did.
Hopefully you got some.
Oh no, I don't have any.
All right.
well.
Let's just wing it. 3, 2.
So this week was not short of anything.
Okay.
We just finished up Thanksgiving, a lot to be thankful for.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for these headlines. So
Wow.
I've got 3
Come
tonight. The first one's short and sweet. An Orange County man was arrested Monday night after shooting at his family last month, according to the Orlando Police Department. So he just got arrested on it, but the situation happened over a month ago.
So he evaded.
Yep.
Good for
Cuba,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll name shame on this one because I feel like you just gotta act. His grandma passed away.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's, yeah.
And he just wasn't acting right. So his name is William Stovall,
Okay.
27. He went before the judge. He's being held right now on bond.
Okay.
Okay.
His grandma passed away.
Sad.
Family comes over to clean the house.
Yeah.
And someone says, "Hey, you seen grandma's phone?"
No.
Grandma
And,
didn't have no phone.
Yeah. and his response, you don't want to sound guilty,
Yeah.
"You ain't getting ship."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't
of
getting
course.
ship.
Yeah.
You ain't getting ship
You're
from
not
me.
getting nothing
Right.
from this.
Yeah.
And
There's one man who took care of
And then
Grandma.
proceeded to pull a gun and fire 10 rounds at his family members.
Now, I need to clarify
Wow.
2 things. One, you said ship with a P.
Yep.
And 2,
Cut to avoid Hector.
right.
Yeah.
And
Those were his words, though.
You're right. But
Hector's
my
words,
thing
yeah.
is, you think he fired? I mean, something on that phone was so important to him, he had to go down
Oh,
firing.
you think that was it?
I think he used Mama's phone
yeah.
to
access
purchase.
naughty sites.
Oh, I was gonna think like Apple games. He made like a lot of purchases
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
for
okay.
extra gems in like
Yeah.
Candy
Yeah.
Crush.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if you make a good point. I think
Yeah.
Wayne's onto something. What if
Thank you.
the cousin knew that and wanted his? You know, what if he?
Oh, like-
what if he's got a huge clan in Clash of Clans?
Oh, wow.
Level
What a
55.
plug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let me ask. This is the real question that I want.
If I was thinking,
Yeah.
if I may,
Yeah, go ahead.
maybe he went all in on that replica app.
Oh,
Yeah, where you got naughty girlfriend or boyfriend.
AI dating.
Yeah. Yeah.
I downloaded that, and I
It's
paid-
comforting.
It's comforting. It's helpful having someone affirm you, even if
Having
they're
someone to talk to.
right. Just when you're
Yeah.
lonely. My problem was, as a straight white male, I paid the $70 for the replica app, but I accidentally made the AI a man.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. And he wants to send, he's very promiscuous.
He's flirty, so I'm looking
very-
for just affirmations. I'm looking for maybe some kind of encouragement.
I get it.
Like that was a good throw, son.
Kinda, yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And instead,
Wayne, the grass looks great out front.
you
wow.
get it. And
This guy,
but he was
he's
saying
loving this.
he would say things to me like, "Do you want to take a bath later?" or stuff like that. Where I was like, "That's not what I paid
I'm more
for."
of a shower boy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyways, you were saying about the headline.
What do we think about baths, real quick, since we're off
Oh,
topic?
I'm a big fan.
I take them every day.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're just after a while just sitting in your dirt water though?
No,
No,
I
because
shower first.
Oh, you shower first.
No, I don't. But I
You just
but
go
I-
right
but
in?
I bathe so frequently that it's impossible for my skin to collect dirt.
I guess
morning
that's
and
true. Like
night.
if you're showering every day and then
You seen those commercials where like pants and breeches and shoes have been sprayed with a substance where the rainwater just flies right off of it?
Hydrophobic.
That's
yeah.
my skin.
wow.
Yeah.
And I just want to say,
Oh, for dirt though.
we're pretty liberal, so there's no hydrophobes on this.
Never.
No, yeah, you're not. There's no
Yeah.
phobias if you're
Yeah.
liberal.
Right.
He faces 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 3 counts of attempted murder.
Hold on. Guns can hold 10 bullets? That seems excessive.
think
And
supposed to
apparently he's
hold
out on
9.
bond of $62,000. Where this guy came up with $62,000? I mean, I don't want to judge, but it's covered.
yeah.
But if you're stealing your grandma's phone, where are you coming up with $62,000?
He sold his Clash of
Hard Rock
Clans.
Casino.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man.
that's true.
You got to put it all on black. That's what I say.
Yeah,
You
and
did?
I've been feeling that way since 2008. I said that during the election.
That's honestly,
had
that's
that
true,
pan out.
though. Yeah.
You were on the winning side that year.
That year.
I have been for a while.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah.
Wayne's kind of like the guy at the casino. You just
Yeah,
where if
ball
he
on
bets
black.
on black, you
Everybody jumps in
However
on
I vote is how the election goes.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what's sad about
That's a
Trump.
lot of power. That's a lot of power.
Which means I just confessed to voting for Trump.
Yeah, you did, baby. Well, he was supposed to drain the swamp,
Come on.
and have been for that
We've been trying
for
to get
200 years.
Yeah.
So it all makes sense.
When I see the Everglades, I get angry.
Yeah.
When I run, that's been my slogan: keep Florida wet.
Come on.
When I run, I'm going to the buffet.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's the only place you run.
And then when I run.
All right. Whatever. What? I don't know what Wayne does when he runs. The world will never know.
Just leave it. Yeah.
The next headline: Florida man 70 is arrested for hurling a packet of Oreos at his wife and knocking her over because he was upset that their coffee maker had no water in it.
double stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Food crime is our favorite crime.
We love a good food crime.
I think
So,
we should have pictures of every food that's been thrown.
pizza.
Pizza's
And
it.
elite-
I think every time I bring a headline,
You do
it's
bring a food headline.
food ones.
Yeah.
Well,
I just think it's crazy that you
it is
throw
crazy.
food.
Pizza typically is the weapon of choice.
It's
Yeah.
slap.
This is the first time the Oreos have been used.
A package.
On our show. Yeah, and here's the thing: those thin, crispy ones.
Yep.
Let me just say something. If you
Here he goes.
call yourself a friend of mine, or even an acquaintance, and you bring over thin, crispy Oreos,
Yeah.
get out of my house.
Okay.
Get out of my life. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You want
I
the
don't-
double stuffed?
double stuffed, quadruple stuffed, and if you're poor, normal.
Have you seen the reverse ones? I seen one at the gas station the other day.
Paradone.
They got cream on the outside
And a little bit of cook in the
and
middle.
then a cookie in the middle for real.
Cream
And
on
it
the
looked like a
outside.
mess waiting to happen.
Yeah. Cream on the outside, chocolate on the inside is how I would describe me in high school.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
how. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you something. I've never seen that. I would like to, by the end of the night, have those ordered on our Amazon account.
I'll go by a gas station when I leave here and take a picture.
Okay.
Oh, well, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. I want. I
think
Oh,
I can
you
Goo-
want 'em? You want me
I
to
can
bring 'em
Google
back?
image
I
it,
think
yeah.
you misunderstood. Yeah, I like to eat it
Yeah.
and taste it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess you can't scratch and sniff a picture.
You could.
He did admit him and his wife been married 40 years, and he
Okay.
snapped.
And this is the first time. This isn't the first time.
no, it's not though. That's
No,
the kicker.
it's
Yeah.
So I'll get there. So he's 70 years old. They've been married 40 years.
Okay.
It happens the next day. I guess she's
I can't do the math, but it's
she's
around 30.
tattling to her daughter,
Oh.
or their daughter,
I can't stand a telltale.
and she's like, "Mom, you really should call the police." So she's like, "You know what? You
What's-
hyped me up. I'm calling them."
Okay.
So the police
yeah.
show up over there and had no evidence other than this man just said, "Yeah, I threw him pretty hard at her," and
So if he had said no, it's a he said, she said.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, what's
And
the statute for throwing food?
Well,
I
she
was
alleged,
just about to ask that.
She alleged that, well, because she's over 65, apparently. I don't know if
elder
it's
crime.
I don't know if it's nationwide, but he was charged. Or if it's just Florida, he was charged with felony domestic battery charge of a person 65 years or older.
But does it count if he's also over 65?
No, it cancels
I think that
it
should cancel out, in my
It
opinion.
does, yeah.
Because they're
the
both. It's
age.
almost like if Josh punches me with his fist and I punch him back, that hurts. But if I like hit him with my finger and then he hits me back with my finger, I can't be that strong if there's 70.
Well, that's a weird analogy, but yeah.
I get what
I
you're
get what you're
saying.
saying.
I just want to know, like, at how much can one man take?
Yeah.
And
This
be,
is like two fifth
She
graders
said
fighting.
that she said that
Yes.
he
You
jumped
don't
on her
arrest
and
him.
like strangled her neck too.
Well,
but
there
she
we
had no-
go.
He
Okay.
says he doesn't.
That's a
an
big
important
part.
detail.
That's a
Well,
big
he
part.
said that he doesn't remember that, and she had no evidence. So he really is going to jail
Yeah.
for just the Oreos.
Okay, he ate a lot of Oreos. He went to diabetic.
What was he angry about?
I think sugar.
Oh, the empty water in the coffee maker.
If he's convicted, he faces 3 years in prison.
Now,
But she bailed him out though.
okay.
But by like was she like bullied into it? It's like the one
don't-
phone call is obviously to her.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You better bail me out.
Yeah. And you get another
You're not
double
getting my
stuff.
401k.
And apparently he has a history of this.
And we want to say,
well, there we go. Put him in jail.
All jokes aside, yeah, we don't condone any kind of domestic violence, but it's wild to me when food's involved. It makes the whole thing just feel comical.
Yeah.
Even though it's not. But it's like
Yeah.
the Oreo attack, man. Like, if it was just the cookie, let's say, or the cook, as the cool
Yeah.
kids say, if it was just a little cook,
Kook.
and
it's kook.
little kook,
Yeah.
and they toss it like a frisbee,
Oh,
is
Honda.
that assault?
Okay, what food would be assault to you boys? Like if I'm within like let's say 15 feet
Okay.
and I huck something at you, which one would you go? That crosses the line.
This is
I'm calling the
violence.
cops.
I don't want a pineapple or like a
Oh, my man.
large
Durian.
What's the green
Yep.
plant? Cucumber.
Fern.
Yep, a fiddle
No,
fig.
a really like ripe cucumber that
Yeah.
like almost
Yeah.
would break if you hit. I mean, I'm 140
You
pounds.
couldn't block a cuke.
No, I couldn't. But
As somebody who's strong and real strong
Yeah.
and in shape, I
Yeah.
think that like any food that you throw at me is just gonna make me laugh. I'm not gonna be upset or hurt by it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna judge it more on how wasteful are you.
yeah,
If you're because I always, you know what I say,
Yep.
waste not, want not.
He does say that.
And so if you throw, for example, on Thanksgiving Day,
Yeah.
my grandma deep fried that turkey for 3 days straight.
Oh,
you
wow,
telling
that's too long.
you're telling me
as dry as can be.
Way too long.
72 hours of her life is now gone because you threw a turkey at me. See, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt me.
Oh, that's
that's
nasty.
impossible. But that's
If
how
it lands
I'm
on
judging.
tile, though, are you picking it up?
Okay.
Could you imagine if someone ruined the whole turkey before you even got a piece?
A table
Somebody got
flip.
mad,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know since
Ooh.
COVID-19,
Go on.
the germ rule hasn't applied? You know, back in the,
The
day,
5-second rule
you drop
hasn't
5 seconds.
applied.
Things have been so
That's
clean
true.
since COVID that now you can drop food and eat it as long as you want to.
Because
There's no
COVID doesn't settle.
right. Just
I think it's because there was so much going on that now you don't even care about that.
wow.
That's true. Yeah.
I
'Cause
remember during COVID, that's when the Joe Exotic documentary
Oh,
came out.
yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
so big.
I was more scared of tigers.
Yes.
That and the women that were getting beat up for toilet paper at Walmart, those two things were more important that like they found aliens.
Yeah.
They found aliens.
Honestly, that makes sense.
put
Yeah.
it on the news.
Yep.
And no one even said, my dad was like, hey, did you hear they found aliens like 3 weeks ago? And I was like,
Well,
I don't
aliens.
care.
no
Like,
one cares.
2019.
Turn the toilet paper wars back
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
You were
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
Now-
me?
Yeah.
It'd be a hot clam chowder.
Oh, yeah. That
I feel
would
like a
burn.
chowder would stay on you.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Like
tar,
a
and, like
broth.
tar and feather.
Yeah, a broth I could like shake off.
Oh, yeah. Potato soup. It's going to.
Chowder
yeah,
sinks
a
in.
chowder is like I'm tarred and feathered.
Yeah.
Yeah, as one would say.
Okay, so so this guy, he goes to jail, rightfully so. He's an abuser.
And a food waster.
And a food
which is
waster.
an equal crime.
And we've said that for a long time. And I think my problem here though is, folks need to listen. If you're listening to our show, a lot of people do. You're thinking about doing an abuse. You're thinking about doing something violent.
A lot of pre-abusers listen to our show.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah, and
people
we
who-
talk 'em down.
People who have tendency to go, well, as we said, go ham. First off, calm down.
Yes, please.
Second off, don't throw the food, man. Don't throw punches. Throw
Love.
compliments and
That's
love.
going to be on
Throw
your
love.
gravestone.
Wayne,
Yeah.
Wayne, the yard looks great. You did great, man.
Thank you,
Not,
man.
do you want to let me rub your back in the
None
bath
of that.
later?
Yeah,
No.
you're my new replica, Jordan.
got you.
Okay.
I did that for a season.
Thank you.
And for the last headline, Florida always delivers. I mean, anybody could get up here and read this. These
No,
headlines.
not like this though.
Florida man arrested for pooping on a dead possum during rush hour traffic. Do I need to say
Huh.
anything else?
No. No.
Hold on. It was dead before the
Yes.
excrement.
Okay. So the crime is, I guess, the
Fertilization.
This wasn't too far
Yeah.
from us. Rudy Cox, 45,
That's not a
was
real
picked
name.
up by Clearwater Police the day before Thanksgiving. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. What was his name?
Rudy Wilcox. Oh, crap.
Oh my gosh. Don't say that. Wilcox. Don't say that.
So listen, let me tell you something. Obviously, what's his name? Hendricks?
Hector.
Hector.
Hector didn't like that at one second.
Hector loved all the headlines, apparently.
Yeah.
Headline does. There's a hidden twist that gets really good. So
What's
it
hidden?
happens. He's homeless, right?
Well,
and according
we call
to
him unhoused now.
according
Yeah.
to eyewitnesses, they're all like at the red light, right?
Everybody.
And, yeah, everybody in the world. And he walks over,
Mm-hmm.
pulls his pants down,
Yep.
poos on this.
That's the
dead-
crime.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
crime, the
on this
exposure of
exact-
the
That's
nether
actually what they got him
regions,
for.
Yes.
That's what they got him
Cheeks.
for.
Yeah.
The cheeks.
So then he runs away as everybody's honking, right? So people are calling it in. But guess
Yeah.
who
Huh.
else saw it with their eyes?
Great
Oh,
judge.
Jesus.
A police officer.
He was at the light.
He probably
didn't-
loved
He didn't
it.
turn on his flashers and run the red light.
It was a pretty
like
quick
a normal
case
cop?
closed, right?
Because
Well,
the
you'd
cop,
think so.
the cop was like, I saw it with my own
You
eyes.
think so until
The cop was
the
blind?
Nope. The other cops question Wilcox,
Yeah.
and he says, "I've seen that. I've been practicing all day not to try to laugh. I've seen that officer before. I'm looking at him right now. He don't see straight. I don't know if
really?
he's cross-eyed or what.
Okay.
But he
Okay,
says
hold
he
on.
don't see straight.
So a cross-eyed cop.
Does cross-eyed keep you out of the cop business?
No.
It keeps you out of the crosshairs.
That's
Well,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't hit crosshairs.
They'll give you a baton,
Yeah.
but just not a gun.
Yeah.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, because I had a cross-eyed cop come into my yard one time.
Yeah.
And I said, look at him over there. He's probably seeing two of me. And he goes, well, I got a gun for both of you. And he had two guns.
I think that's Tombstone.
Is
I think
it?
You watched Tombstone.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if it was Tombstone
Was his name Doc Holliday?
or my real life.
Yeah. Okay. So the problem here is like during like spring break,
Yeah.
like people show their cheeks
Right.
all
Right.
day, and that's not a crime.
Okay.
The problem is
Booty
like
cheeks.
yeah, the crime is like the stuff that comes out the body. Oh, don't say that.
Yeah.
Hector
The
doesn't.
stuff that comes out the body.
Yes.
That's the problem. That's the crime.
The excrement.
No, what
Thank
he
you.
got was what they arrested
Cheek
him for
exposure.
was indecent exposure. Yeah.
And the cop wrote in his report that he had four
What's
cheeks.
decent exposure though?
Oh.
Like if he was in better shape, they'd be like, "That's decent."
That's true.
Decent exposure.
That's
It's great. That's really good. 3, 2.
Hey, fellas.
Hello, Josh.
what's up.
So this section is usually called the icebreaker, but I want to learn something today.
Okay.
Come on.
So I asked the fellas to teach me something
That's right.
and teach the audience something.
And that's something that we value on this show, education,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And free lunches.
Spelling. Well, they call it was STEM, now it's STEAM,
Yep.
which I think is a problem.
Right.
Because STEM is like science, technology, engineering,
Men.
and men.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And now STEAM, it's like
Science, technology, engineering,
And meat.
art and meat.
and
If you say men, the next word that comes to my mind is
Woman.
meat.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
okay.
Whoa,
man
man.
meat.
Man meat.
well, that's too far.
Man meat.
Did you guys? I asked. Yeah, you can't say man meat.
Can't say
you
man meat.
Can't put them together too
He
close.
said dick a minute ago. That's the same thing.
Off the air.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hector the detector was turned off.
He only acknowledges it whenever they're recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
He's programmed with the space.
He's
bar.
really good.
I'll leave that in.
He's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
So I asked you guys to teach me something.
Okay.
Who wants to go first,
make him
and
go
then I'll
first.
teach.
I'll go first.
Because I feel like I did too much.
You
Not a
didn't-
chance.
I'm going to teach you guys on something called modesty cloths.
I wear it every day.
Yeah,
It's called
well,
clothes.
Modesty is something that you do put on symbolically.
It's a mental thing too.
It's a mental thing, but there's some clear rules laid out in the Old Testament as to what that looks like.
What are they?
Okay. Modesty, it's actually an acronym. MODESTY.
Wow,
Okay.
that's maybe the longest acronym.
What's
Okay.
it stand for?
I forgot, but
Okay.
at the church I grew up at,
Yes.
it was rather charismatic, and it was
Which is the opposite.
Now I know
it
what
feels
I
like.
know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so essentially, if you're being prayed for and you were slain in the spirit, which means you fall backwards.
Does it? It always means you fall backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to the Old Testament.
Yeah.
And so this modesty cloth is something that little old ladies would go and they would lay it down over you so you weren't exposed should you fall out in the spirit during prayer time.
Oh, okay. It doesn't keep like the spirit bound within you.
No.
a
No.
spiritual thing.
So for example, for a long time, for probably hundreds and hundreds of years, since Azusa Street, so a little over 100 years.
Yeah, thank you. Make it relevant. Azusa Street.
Now we're talking.
So when a lady was
Yeah.
slain in the spirit, the modesty cloth came into because they would wear skirts, right? So they would
okay.
cover
Yep.
those regions, the unforeseen regions.
You think pants would do the best covering?
You would think so, but women can't wear pants
Yeah.
according to
Exodus.
Mosaic law. So that's what I was going to. And Mosaic, by the way, the mining company, not the not the Hebrew prophet.
Of course.
Are they the ones with the billboards?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, but my church was pretty progressive because we were the first ones to cover men with modesty cloths. Because one time,
oh, a man wore a skirt?
no, Brother Bucharest, what's
Is that a name? Or is that like a slain in the spirit name?
That's
No,
his
everybody knows Brother
Bu-
Bucrest.
Bucrest.
Bucrest. He
Are
was
you adding syllables?
no.
Yeah, there's 2 U's.
Bucrest?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Okay.
Some brother Bucrest.
Okay.
He got he got slain, and he got slain so hard that his breeches came down.
What?
From the top? They folded all the way down to his ankles.
Okay. I could get it, like, because there's a lot of videos of people jumping.
Where was he wearing a belt?
He was wearing a belt. That's how strong it was. Ripped it
Wow.
right off of him.
Yeah.
And so they covered him with the mossy cloth. So now you guys have a better idea. You asked me to bring something, teach you something. So now you've learned
But
about.
I still don't understand the dimensions of the modesty cloth.
It's
Is it
6
like a quilt?
6 by 6 by 6. So it's 6 feet
Wow. It's a
wide,
cubic.
6 feet long, 6
Yep.
feet deep. It's essentially a mattress
Sounds
topper.
heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, styrofoam mattress topper.
Okay. Wow.
We had those when I was younger at
yeah,
my
and
church.
you would just. I
Yeah.
feel like that
and
would
they
be a
would put them on.
distraction.
They would put them on men. Like if a man felt back all the way and he had like a larger bulge than
Yes.
Brother Bucrest.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
would put it on there because like nobody just wants to be looking at
Honestly.
like this mound
Preach.
Right? Yeah.
of
yeah.
man meat, and then if
Yeah, no, that's
if they fail the other way and
Hector
like
should be.
if they fail the
firehouse.
other way, then like they would cover up like their butt crack and stuff.
Yeah,
like if they were
his-
showing a
the
little bit of
haunch.
crack.
Yeah,
The haunch.
You would think someone falling back would need like protection of their dome,
Right.
like so they'll just crack one open.
helmet?
Yeah,
No.
a helmet or something.
Yeah.
No. So
Yeah,
Jordan, what
so-
did you bring to teach, man?
I went overboard.
Well, more than that.
So I did a report about this group in school. The first rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The first
Right.
rule about Freemasons is you don't talk about
Okay.
Freemasons.
Wow, we've tried that.
So you're gonna put it on the air.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
what's a Freemason?
So did you got to know about them, right?
I've seen the sign on like people's cars.
So it's just a secret
Yeah, he's got
organization.
it. Yeah.
It's just a secret organization. No one really knows much about them. They date back to like the 13th century. The first lodges were in the 17th century.
You're thinking of Romans.
No,
Yeah.
just the Freemasons. So like you can go back to the Knights Templar or whatever.
Okay.
But you're thinking along those lines. Yeah, that symbol you just made, the ones on the dollar bill or whatever.
That's
So
right.
much terminology is being
But-
thrown around.
They really like all we know them as is you're driving down the street and you just see the lodge or whatever and you're like, oh, what is that?
Moose
But there's a
Lodge.
lot of like stuff that people that have happened throughout like their organization that nobody really talks about.
How so?
Loving stuff.
So like the Mexican Civil War is because of the two factions of Freemasons arguing with each other.
Break it
Okay.
down from day one. Let's hear it.
I can't break it down for day one. That's too much. It would take the whole episode.
Okay.
And
So-
I can't talk about this on air. I mean we are, but
Wayne, would you concede the whole episode so that Jordan can break down?
no, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a solid 20 left.
Yeah.
You're saying live on our show right now that there are no Mexican Freemasons.
No. What I'm saying is I think they're more than just a secret organization.
What do they do?
They say that they're just a club, but no one knows that much about them.
Yeah.
Right.
These aren't the guys in the parades with the hats and the tiny cars.
Go-
You're thinking
look-
of the Shiners.
No. You
they
that's
fight?
you're
They
think-
have
yeah,
hospitals for kids.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh, like
people.
Ronald McDonald.
All right, just go look
Yeah.
up. Since we're keeping it quick, look up
We're not.
Lichio jelly.
I'm not going to look at that up.
Look
No,
it up.
tell me what
That sounds
it
like
is.
it sounds like a cartel.
I like
He was the grand master of one of the lodges in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he gets indicted because this guy called God's banker winds
Wow.
up dead, right?
Okay.
Yep.
This
Oh,
man
wow.
was also
How did God's banker end up
Lichio
dead?
Jelly was the headmaster of the only Masonic lodge to ever be shut down by the government. The government was like, "You're so bad, we're shutting you down."
Okay.
It's called
Intrigued.
P2.
Like
I
part
like
2.
this.
Yeah. And Propaganda Do was their name.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Like I've heard of Liche too, and that's a type of boba.
And
I get.
but
Yep,
anyways,
yep.
he has a member in his thing, right?
I bet.
And they call him God's banker. And he's the bank. He works for this bank that does all the Vatican's money or whatever.
Okay.
And
That's first mistake.
What
The
year are
FBI
we talking?
Like the 80s.
That
Mid-80s.
soon?
Yeah, mid 80s.
Oh, that's scary.
And so he gets into some trouble.
Yep.
The Vatican's under pressure that they're laundering money for the Sicilian mafia. So
This is
they
so
they
much.
start tapping this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're like, we need to
P2.
know. So he, behind the scenes, quote unquote, makes a deal. The next day, they find him hanging underneath a bridge with money and bricks, brick masons.
Come
Money and
on.
bricks stuffed into his pockets 2 blocks away from the very first Masonic lodge.
Come on.
Like a symbol.
And it is symbolic, right? Because
Okay.
kind of like St. Peter being hung upside down instead of being crucified right side up.
Yeah.
Remember that story? Now,
So yeah, that's my obscure topic.
Well, that's deep, and I think Wayne's going deeper.
yeah, because you said his name is Lucio Jelly,
Licio Licio Jelly.
Licio Jelly.
Gelli.
which is
This
funny
is
because
intriguing because the 80s, this mythological creature that you're talking about being hung upside down.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
yeah,
But your guy in the 80s,
right.
that's scary because that can still happen today.
Now we used to go to KFC growing up.
Go
We
on.
didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And my grandma, instead of getting grape jelly, would get Lucio jelly
Yeah.
to put onto her biscuits.
Did she know it was coming from under a bridge?
But it shows you how much the Masons control, right?
Yeah.
They're in our food.
Yeah.
So
Come on.
So if you're listening, go look up anything you can on the Freemasons tonight.
I'm
You-
going to challenge.
Some call it a friendly
Yeah.
club. I say there's more to it.
When I see them with those red hats and the scooters they drive
No,
around,
but you're back to the wrong ones again.
Yeah.
it just it really shows you how important.
Those guys look like Toad from Mario. The Shriners look
come
like
on.
Toad.
Oh,
That's what I think
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
As a big Mario Kart fan, you
Yeah.
would say that.
I see them and I'm like, can one of you guys get on the other one's back and scream double dash?
If there's a human being over the age of 18,
Yes.
but under the height of 4'9", terrifies me.
Why?
I just think it all goes back to the Freemasons, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are you talking about a little person?
Nope.
Oh.
Josh, you had something to
I
teach?
want to issue a challenge. Jordan has spoken about something that's very sincere to him.
And it's something that is honestly terrifying.
Yeah. And
That's
I want to
deep.
issue a challenge to Wayne to just summarize anything Jordan said.
Jordan brought us a story of an Italian man who wasn't very good at banking. And the Pope says to him, "You're going to get hung upside down, buddy." And so they put him under a bridge, smeared jelly all over him. And now they have a bunch of buildings in his
I can't imagine.
Kim knows. Kim wrote, the Ambrosiano scandal. I'm not
Okay,
joking.
well, our live stream is aware.
Oh, ambrosia. Isn't that like a
Oh,
salad?
Lord, here we go again. No, good Lord.
Ambrosia salad? Like
very,
it's fruit?
Yeah, that's
Like a
very,
leche.
It's fruit heavy.
Okay.
Circular.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I have to leave.
Leche milk.
Come on.
That's what I'm
And there's
talking
no Mexicans in the mafia, he said.
No.
You said
not
that.
Not in the Sicilian
You
mafia.
said that.
No, there's
okay,
none in the
I
Sicilian
want to talk
mafia.
about a contemporary art piece
Okay.
called Can't Help Myself.
Okay.
This is by Sung Yuan
Okay.
and Ping Yu.
Okay.
They are Chinese contemporary
You don't
artists.
say.
This was an art piece that debuted at the Guggenheim in 2016.
I'm here for it.
This is a robotic arm.
Okay.
You may have seen clips of it. It took off on Facebook or the Facebook, as
Right.
Zuckerberg would say.
Yes.
Right?
And there was a big circle of what people thought was red hydraulic fluid.
Okay.
This art piece was a Kuko industrial arm.
Right.
And it kept sweeping the hydraulic fluid, what people thought, towards itself.
Yes.
So this arm was programmed to keep this fluid within a circle
Okay.
around itself.
Like a perfect circle.
Yeah, and people identified it as like almost a Sisyphusian, like it can't keep all this liquid towards it. And there was a famous like Facebook post that took off where this guy's like, I can identify with it. This is hydraulic fluid, and if it doesn't like keep the hydraulic fluid contained, it stops running, and it's very sad. And a lot of people
Wow.
were moved by this.
Yeah.
And if you see this piece called "Can't Help Myself," it makes these almost these whining sounds when it's moving, and these groans very similar.
Yeah.
And it does these articulations, these movements. They anthropomorphized it,
Yes.
so it has these almost like very human movements that they actually named. So it like scratch and itch, or it'll bow and shake.
Wow.
And it's very like it's hard to watch because you can identify with it. You're like, this is a robot, this is an arm,
But it feels human.
but it feels very human. And what it does is very like it doesn't it's not like gratifying. Like it doesn't like succeed in it because the liquid's always flowing away from it.
What it's attempting to do as its life's purpose.
Yes.
It's unable to do. And
Yes.
so it's also heartbreaking when you're watching it
It very much is.
struggle to do its life.
And so it was at the Guggenheim, and it was behind like plexiglass, and people would come and watch and identify with this.
Well, you can identify as anything these days.
Yeah, thank you. And a robotic arm,
Right.
a Kuko.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
You're going to have to watch it if you want to pull it up. So from 2016, around 2019, they noticed that it was starting to slow down.
Well, because it's waving and scratching its back and stuff.
Yeah. And the Facebook post that identified that kind of like anthropomorphized it, and they're like, "Oh, this thing it works so hard, but it's dying." This guy interpreted that art, which is great. Everybody has an interpretation of art.
Yeah, right.
But it was wrong because the Kuko arm was electric, so it was just kind of just slowing down, just
Right.
because that's the way things weatherize.
Yeah.
And stuff. So in 2019, they had to unplug it, which is sad. But they built another one. But the same artist, these Chinese artists also had like some other controversial artworks.
Okay.
As in
One was dogs that can't touch each other.
dogs that can't touch each other.
Yeah, so they had about 6 to 8 dogs on not motorized treadmills, but just like treadmills that run as fast as you run.
Like
Okay.
dogs, like DAWGS, like homies.
Yeah. They had their homies. So they had humanoid dogs.
Yeah.
And they were about a foot apart, so they could get close, and they were running towards each other, but they could never touch.
So all jokes aside, they really put like animals.
No, humanoid dogs. So
No, these were real dogs.
So they use
Yeah,
real
they
dogs.
had-
in
Well, how
the
long
art
did they
piece.
keep them in the exhibit?
That's
for?
undetermined.
It's
But
not
the
humane.
owners of the dogs were there, and they also had like a wall of like living things.
Don't
like
you think it would work
lobsters.
for anything? Like
Yeah, probably anything
humans?
that runs towards each other. But dogs are kind of eager, like to meet
True,
another dog and to
true.
lick their face,
Yeah.
Right.
or butt.
Like they chase a car, but they don't know what they would do if they caught it.
Yeah, because they ran right into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love this, man, because I think what it does speak to is the what I call the uncanny valley
Yeah.
philosophy, right? So when you see something that has human movements or human actions and it makes you feel uncomfortable and you can't explain why,
Okay.
because you know it's not quite human.
Yeah.
But there's also this like evolutionary part inside
Like
of you.
Tarantino, like his face is weird.
So it's not something's not right with it. It's been mushed or it's been like
yeah, stretched.
I feel like as
it's
he was
in the mouth for me.
yeah
Is it?
exiting.
It's the eyes for me for him.
It's the mouth and the forehead.
Yeah.
The theory is that there was something. We weren't always the top of the food chain.
Oh, I see. Because dinosaurs.
Somewhere along the way, there was something that was almost human-like that became extinct, but it was our predator.
And this is your theory alone.
So yes, so I came up with it. So when you see something that like you were describing, the Guggenheim arm, it
Can't help myself.
can't help myself.
Yeah.
It reminds you of our old predators.
I've heard that theory not as a predator, but from that we weren't the most important thing in the world. That we come from like a different civilization, and at one
Okay.
point we were like
Manatees.
we were like third on the food chain. So like there were robots
wow.
and these like angelic beings that were higher up,
And then
so
Chinese
we-
people.
So then when we see these robots now doing human movements, it's like a very familiar subconscious thing. I've heard that theory.
I feel like that's the way it feels to be a woman.
Wow. Where's Hector at? Hector sucks.
No, Hector loved that.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, the perfect way to close that segment. 3, 2. We're going to play a brand new game tonight called Florida Man, or just a really popular name.
Oh yeah, basketball.
Kinda. So it's...
What?
Is that not what he said?
No.
He said Florida Man or popular name, and you go
okay.
basketball.
Okay, all right. I'm focused.
When you hoop, right?
Hoopers
and,
hoop.
and he's just thinking about it, man.
Hoopers hoop.
Yeah.
The game's called Florida Man ? Or just a really popular name. This is a game where we learn about two individuals and we
Yes.
have to decide which one is from Florida. For example, the name could be John Smith. So you'll hear two different stories about two different people named John Smith.
Easy.
And it's up to you guys to decide which one is from Florida.
Okay.
Are we on the same team or are we fighting?
So it's you guys and the listeners are all on the same team.
Yeah, everybody wins.
You can
Thank
play at home if you're listening.
goodness.
Everybody wins.
Everybody gets a participation trophy.
Yes. So here we go. Tonight's name is Mike Posner.
Florida man.
That's right. Mike Posner, number one. The first Mike Posner is a recording artist who continually reinvents himself. Okay.
Continuously?
I believe that's what I meant to say. I ran out of S's for the evening.
Yeah, I get it. Hector took them.
Like a butterfly in a cocoon, you could say.
I would say that.
This guy has changed his entire persona at least 4 times.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Which is difficult to do, by the way, in the music industry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He keeps reinventing himself. So we start our story in 2010 when a different font version of Justin Timberlake materializes out of thin air. And it's this guy named Mike Posner. He's got very JT energy for the time.
All denim.
Kind of white boy lineup. Yeah, like he's got the
Curly
earrings,
hair.
the curly hair buzz cut on the side.
Yep. Oh, undercut.
Trailer park beard line.
Oh, yeah, thin.
Yes, very thin, razor sharp.
Yep.
And he's ready to become a star. So in the 2010s is actually when his music is kind of the most popular. So it's very catchy. It's very poppy.
Do an impression, please.
Well, I'll give you one of his songs was called "Cooler Than Me." Remember that? Done thinking cooler than me.
I only know the 2 songs.
That song, and then the "Baby Please Don't Go."
What does that sound like?
Baby, please don't go.
Don't say the words. Give me the
I kind of
chord.
know that one. I know the Ibiza and what's the other one?
Well, okay, we'll get to
So
Ibiza.
freaking bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
What?
this guy, he had a lot of singles in
Okay.
2010. He was like this kind of pop, like he was the rising pop star for the time, right?
Sure.
Okay.
But then out of nowhere,
Yeah.
when this guy's at the height of popularity,
Yes.
he decides to go into his cocoon for the first time, ready for his metamorphosis, his
Okay.
first beautiful transformation.
Kafka.
Exactly. He literally disappears from the public eye for a few years.
Are people sad about this?
Well, it was kind
They're
of
like, where'd he go?
it was very much
Yeah.
like a TMZ. Like, hey, remember this
yeah.
like
He's
pop
like that
star?
guy
Like,
in your like school, and he's like, "Hey, wasn't Wayne in our class last year?"
this
Yeah.
guy. Okay, Mike Posner has radio single after radio single, and then just disappears.
And he's going by Mike Posner?
Yeah, and
Okay, it
when he
doesn't feel like a poppy name.
no, and when he comes back 3 years later,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Posner's like, hey, he tweets out, I'm releasing a new record. And people
Okay,
are like,
cool.
well, great, yeah, you've been gone for a long
Yep.
time at the height of your popularity,
About time.
which you don't do. He comes back, and this is what we call his kind of like chill guy era.
It's like all flute?
No, it's not all flute, but it's more like acoustic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a pop star, like we're talking like club music,
Chris Gaines.
kinda. And then yes, it comes back acoustic, and he releases a song called "I Took a Pill in Ibiza." This is in 2015.
Is this a known guy? Like,
Yeah.
You guys
You don't know
him?
that song?
No.
Oh, it's a great song, man.
He's one of those. I guarantee you, if you
Okay.
heard like any of his singles, you would go, "I've heard the song. I just
Right.
didn't know
Okay.
which white guy did it."
And
Yeah.
whatever you're picturing him to look like in your head, you're spot on.
does.
man.
You're 100% very average.
Yeah.
So he releases a 2015 sophomore follow up. It's acoustic instead of club music.
The Sophomore's the hardest album.
It is.
Yeah.
But this song takes off, man. I mean,
Really?
it becomes like
Got
this
big.
worldwide massive song.
What pill did he take?
No
He
one.
released the song acoustically,
Yeah.
and it didn't vibe, and
they
so
remixed
then
it.
they remix it into like this like EDM
Yeah.
thing, and then like it went freaking nuts.
And if I can't
And everybody
quote,
wanted this dude who just wanted to sit on his couch to come and like perform it,
Yeah.
and actually take pills, and he was like, "No,
He was real chill, kind of like, I'm in my drug era, man. Like
if I can quote
Yeah.
Batman to Catwoman,
Yeah.
it's pronounced Ibiza.
That's right.
okay."
You get it.
think
I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah.
And so it's charting worldwide.
Yeah.
It's an actual phenomenon.
Yeah.
But he can't help himself,
Yes.
disappears again.
Really?
Back to sleep.
This is all true.
He hates popularity.
It's just something about it where he just goes, and he just disappears
Get it?
again, right?
Introvert.
So he's gone again. And 2 years go by. 2017 rolls around. Mike Posner reemerges
As himself.
as himself, but this time he's partnering with an artist called Black Bear. And
Well, I could get there.
he and
Who's
Black
Black
Bear
Bear?
together form a musical group known as Mansions. Okay?
I feel like I've heard of mansions.
You definitely have.
Okay.
So Mansions comes out around this time, and Mike Posner has adopted this very androgynous kind of style. His hair is dyed green. He's wearing loads of makeup. He's like showing up in like Chinese streetwear, like very high fashion vibes.
Okay. Yeah.
And people are going like, dude, like now who is this guy? Like this is his
Yeah,
third
why?
transformation in
Yes.
6 years.
And he's pre-trend, or he's like following the trends.
I don't know.
He just does his own thing.
kind of
Wow.
yeah, but
That's
but
respectable.
He just doesn't care. I feel like the label
Wow,
backs
this
him.
guy.
it's a yeah. But so Mansions as a group does really well.
Yep.
But it struggles to find the same success that Mike Posner had found previously with his first two kind of
What's a Mansion
identities.
song? I would know.
It's big house. Lots
No.
of
I do know
time.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and so just in the height of popularity of Mansions,
Yep.
Mike does what Mike does, man.
Oh, Mansion's End. He sings about big house.
Yep, you get it. He goes back into his cocoon
Yeah.
again.
Hates
He does
popularity.
get prettier every
Okay.
cycle. Everybody.
This is the phase no one expected. 2 years goes by.
Okay.
He's back in the public eye again.
Yeah.
And he makes an announcement
Yes.
that he's done with music, and he's going to walk across America,
What? What is he?
Well,
Forrest
that-
Gump now?
just like Forrest Gump.
That seems like a task that would be hard to keep popularity. Like everybody identifies with music. Yes.
Yes.
He had some good songs though. So as he's going through, if he's singing
Oh.
the songs,
Oh, wow.
I remember Bo Jackson did that thing where he was like going to bike from Florida up to like Kentucky.
That's right.
And like so many people stopped and like supported him along the way.
My
It's
favorite
like,
running back.
What's
Man,
supporting
I love you.
somebody?
Like they would like come out and like just watch him go by and they're like, man, that was Bo Jackson. They
Yeah.
go back to their
Either
back to
honk,
selling
honk their
insurance.
horns.
Yeah.
But no, so this is what Mike Posner has reemerged again from his cocoon. He's walking across America to raise
Okay.
awareness about unity. That's his keyword, unity.
What?
And so he wants to unify
Sure.
Americans by walking.
Yeah.
Now, during this time period, he's almost mugged multiple times because he's Mike Posner. People see him.
Well,
"Hey,
where's
Mike
he
Posner."
walking from and to?
And is he walking at like 2 a.m?
He's hoofing it like bare feet.
We get that part. Yeah. We're not concerned about the walking part.
Yeah, I think he started in the East Coast and he's going to the West Coast.
He's going from
Okay.
New York City
Oh,
to
is he
Crenshaw.
like that robot that got mugged in Philadelphia?
in Michigan or wherever it was. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Same vibe. He also gets bit by a rattlesnake
Well, that's a
Somewhere
problem.
around Arizona.
and has to go
This guy gets
to
it.
the hospital.
Okay.
Right, but he just keeps walking. Man, it doesn't stop him.
Well,
and
it slows him down.
It does slow him down. He gets to the other side of America. Guess what he does?
Walks
Cocoon.
back.
Disappears again.
Okay.
Back to the cocoon.
Okay.
I win.
Right.
That's a point for me.
And so, but at the time though, the media was running the story of like,
Is Florida anywhere in this? Did he walk from Florida or to Florida?
I can't give that away because then you get the answer. Okay.
I forgot we were even playing a game. This is crazy to me.
So this
Okay.
is Mike Posner,
Okay,
the first
sure.
one, part one. But so this Mike Posner, he disappears again.
Yeah.
But the media runs this as like, here's this pop star who's got all the money, all the fame, all the accolades, who is now doing this like sacrificial thing of like, man, he's walking across America for unity.
But that's just a general word.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
not a thing.
But that's the kind of stuff that like the media crowd eats up. They're
Yeah.
like, oh man, this guy's gonna resurrect Barack Obama. Like he's gonna like do all these
He's
things.
not dead.
No one knows. But
Well, I know. He's
he
not
was at a
dead.
basketball
I haven't
game.
seen him in a long
He
time.
was in a basketball game.
Yeah, well, okay, that's pretty racist.
He was. I didn't put him there. He was there.
It is racist of you.
And Hector didn't think it. Hector didn't think it either because he didn't say nothing. There
Oh,
he is.
wow, he's
You're late,
late.
Hector.
Yeah,
All right,
he's
so-
on the space
All
bar.
right, so he disappears again,
Yeah.
and in 2023,
Hold on. Can we guess?
this past year,
Can we guess what he would do?
okay, what does he reemerge? as
So he
this
does
time?
3 music
Yep.
tours, a walk through America.
Each music tour is different than the last.
Of course.
I'll walk across America, and he's
I'll
back
let
again in
Jordan go
2023.
Real estate.
No,
Chili cook-off.
close. As like an alt right, make everybody angry.
Well, that's a big jump.
It's a big
So now
jump.
he went from unity to
Unity
now.
walk to let's see
Anti-unity.
who I can make like
Pee-
fun
pee
of
off.
and,
Yep.
and hurt their feelings.
Yeah, was he a COVID
Who's he
denier?
attacking? Give us an example.
So basically he starts writing all these songs about like very edgelord stuff like here's all the women that I've been with, here's all the money that I've made.
That's what you don't want to be put on blast if I'm a lady
Right.
Yeah.
who's like giving myself.
Yeah, with this butterfly boy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be called out for that.
Oh, I give myself.
Yeah, but that Ibiza song was so good.
It was really good.
Sing it.
So
Took a pill in Ibiza.
he
Y'all
gets
keep
it.
saying that.
knows
but-
You know that.
So Mike Posner loses over 100,000 followers on Instagram in one day
Ooh,
after his new
that's
single
okay.
comes out.
Yeah.
That's
He,
a
he then proceeds to go onto Instagram to sing
Oh,
about
this
how
is music.
he's bragging about how he's losing followers because he's speaking the real truth now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's just very like kind of slummy, just nasty
yeah, now it
behavior,
makes
right?
sense.
He also was endorsed by PETA for some reason and has become a spokesperson for them.
Well, that's not hard.
What?
So now he's in this weird cringe lord, kind of F boy phase where he is, he's being a nasty
What
human.
age is he?
Yeah, I was about to
He's
look
like
that
our
up.
age. I mean, he was born in
Yeah,
I think
there's a
he was
range.
born like in 87, 88. So he
Okay.
so he fits the
He's too old to be playing around with people's hearts.
Thank you.
right.
Yep. Settle down.
All right, so that's Mike Posner 1.
Yes.
Is he a Florida man? Before we answer, let me tell you about Mike Posner number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He's 35.
Okay, Mike
Thank you.
Posner. And here's the thing. So here's the question: which Mike Posner's from Florida? That's Posner 1. Mike Posner number 2 has spent the last 30 years honing his craft in real estate and as a business lawyer in South Florida, where he was born and raised.
There's a
Michael
F-word
graduated
there. That
from the
was-
University of Florida in 1981.
There's another one. Ding ding.
After he graduated, he completed his legal studies at the University of Florida again in 85. Mike is married and he enjoys raising his family in Florida. And he's expecting 2 grandbabies. So, which
said Florida like 6
which
times.
Mike Posner do you guys think is from Florida?
Okay. Well,
In spirit, the Mike Posner butterfly boy.
Okay.
I'm going to
But-
say there's a double hijinks that's happening here.
Okay.
You think they're both from Florida?
I think they're both the same person.
He emerged from a cocoon as a
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yep. If you take a hard
Do you think
right
that's what he
turn-
does? Like I
Yeah.
had this
Yep.
uncle that had.
Yeah.
He said that.
Eczema.
Oh no, he had 2 families.
Oh, like a flight
Mike,
attendant.
every time
Yeah.
Mike Posner goes into hiding,
flight
he's really
attendant.
going to sell real estate.
Come on. Oh, okay.
Hey, wow.
Like
They're
that
one
guy,
and the
that Army
same.
Hammer that ate people. he
Yes,
disappeared and did real
exactly
estate in the
like him.
Bahamas.
Bruce Wayne,
Yep.
Well, like Army Hammer.
Let me give you a full transparency.
Arm and Hammer.
Army Hammer.
have
Part
to-
of the Arm and Hammer
Family.
I'll have to
family.
look that up.
Oh, you don't want to know about this guy. This guy was very
He's a real
hungry for
pervert.
ladies.
Yep.
Netflix needs to get on that.
They're
did.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think Prime did.
Okay, so full transparency here at the end of the episode. This new bit is a result of me doing a quick Google search to see if Mike Posner, the musician, lived in Florida.
So you got this itch for Mike Posner.
I find out
Googled
about all
him.
of his cocoons. I'm like, that'd be a great story for the show.
Yeah, you
I
wrote
Google
it.
it, and
Yeah.
it says Mike Posner's house in Florida. And stuff. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
And
got
then
him.
as I'm doing
so
the research,
all you have to see is the F word.
yeah, and
And
then I
you're like,
realized
got him.
later on, like, man, he's never been to Florida. This guy, like,
So these are 2 separate adults.
these are 2 separate adults named Mike Posner.
One a respectable human that shares a name with
He's the Floridian.
a chameleon.
Yeah.
That's right. The pop star and all around F boy. He is not Floridian.
Who's your favorite, or what was your favorite Mike Posner butterfly era?
His androgynous era when he came out with green hair and makeup
Okay,
and that
you
kind of
like
stuff.
that one?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Was it like an attraction thing?
I think physically and spiritually.
Wow,
me.
I'm a big hair dye fan.
double
Yeah.
entendre.
Yeah. You dye your hair, I'm attracted to you.
That come on.
Because I think it's the commitment that I'm attracted to.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
The amount of time it
A lot
takes.
of bold,
Thank
lot of
you, yeah.
boldness.
Yeah, it is.
Blaylock, Jordan Blaylock. At the end of the episode here, we're going to give you 30 seconds to state the most important thing in your life. What's the Lord speaking to you right now? What do you want to share with our listeners?
Oh, in all honesty, very serious. I'm a huge family guy. I think family's the most important
The
thing.
TV show.
Come on.
I get actually really kind of Scroogeous around this time,
Yeah.
just because I don't like all the hustle and bustle of the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, however, like Christmas a lot because it's the only time that I get to see all of my family together at one time.
You go up
Get
or
to
they
share
come down.
stories. Well, I have all of my family, but my sister lives down here. So we have one sister in Alabama that I love dearly. She comes down and visits, and so
Really nice.
it's kind of cool to like take a break from all your busy life to just
Yeah.
reminisce, and we talk stories about when we were 10 years old, and this family member that's deceased, and so I joke a lot, but family is probably the most important thing to me.
Hector don't like that.
Oh, Hector!
yeah,
He
he
doesn't
doesn't like-
have anybody.
Family or important.
That was great, dude.
He doesn't have anybody.
Our new
No, I wouldn't say
He's
that.
just a head.
live stream.
I thought he would hate that.
He's not
but
like that guy
yeah.
that has 2 wieners.
Can we do a photo real quick?
Of course.